we live each life like it matters and like it counts, and we be present to each other in a different way. And that's what I'm striving to learn and what I want to be when I grow up, present. It was very apparent right away that this was the place where we wanted to be. I've always had a love of community. I've always wanted to be part of building community. I was thrilled to find a place where children are at the center of everybody's universe, and tending the soil and tending the children was really the main goals of the work here. So, and now I'm walking my granddaughter to school every morning, and this is her place. She's really thriving here. This is really a place that meets her and that she enlivens, and I see it now through her eyes in a way that's completely new and a whole new amazing amount of wonder coming back to me. And if I want to be present, there's no better teacher than hanging out with a 7-year-old. It's all she knows how to do. So I get my daily schooling on my walk to work. And then to just come to work at a place where the goal is to make it possible for people to become full human beings, to be whole. And that is so needed right now. Starting with the earth, how do we tend our place? How do we really leave our place in better condition for the next generation? That would be one imagination that we would work with. And then this whole question of how do we be social? How do we learn to get along with each other? How do we know when we need to apologize or when we need to forgive, because we all make mistakes, and that's just a part of each day. And we don't just specialize in one thing, and we don't fall victim to reductionist thinking, because we can't, because it's so complex every single day. I'm a firm believer that collaboration is the way forward. We're not going to do this. That's why I like this place, because we have to mush everything together and figure out how do all the parts come together, how do they actually work as an integrated whole. As society, we need to do the same thing. I call it remembering. We're all members of nature and members of this larger story, so we need to remember ourselves into that story. I would imagine that what we're trying to do here as a microcosm is something that begins to scale up with something like the Good Work Institute. This braiding of more, connecting our right hemisphere and our ability to think creatively with our left hemisphere, and ability to know things at a more reduced level, finer and finer, more granularity, and bringing the two and kind of connecting to our real thinking pole, which is our heart, and having the courage to really follow that into the future. I find that people at the Good Work Institute are kind of naturally inclined in a way to think that way and to be in the world that way and bring that into their businesses. So they're really thinking about, how do we change our place? How do we change the way the world is doing business? How do we build our relationships to each other through our work? And I think the Good Work Institute is really on to something in a big way. I salute it and support it, and would go through it again, and would encourage everybody else to take up the good work.